we were on personalize, and 2 points I was able to. So the third one, the tailored one, where I said that not the same tailoring of the activities be good, is suggestive for all the students. It can be altered if a child wants so. So we are free to alter it. When students are given choices in the way they study or express their learning, stress level diminishes and students are able to direct their learning at their own pace. For that, you should also give them a chance to mark themselves. Okay. Facilitate connection building. A joyful learning lesson plan thus cannot be planned in isolation with the existing world, and teachers should brainstorm experiences in such a way that learners at some point are successful in building those underlying connections in joyful manner. So when we design a lesson plan for joyful learning, it should not be very difficult for the child, it should not be very easy for the child. And we cannot forget the learning objectives of the chapter. We are bound with the syllabus. So we cannot just forget the learning outcomes or the objectives. I hope teachers resource is with you, where all the new LOs have come by NCRT and CBSE. All the CBSE and NCRT LOs are together now, mapped with the chapters, with the topics. So these are to be included. Only then the actual learning will happen. So, a novelty that I was talking about, children are natural learners, and under stress free environment, they can create something new out of the available material. Not only such experiences would bring aha moments of joy and instill a sense of achievement in learners, they will also serve the purpose of the lesson to make the learning happen in authentic, real terms. No cramming. The time when cramming was encouraged, was approved, it's not even approved now. So the child has to experience it, enjoy it, and then learn it. So faster foster reflective thinking and self evaluation. I said so, let the child make his own report card, let the peer make their friends' report cards. Let the parents make the report card of their own wards. And let you also be there to make the report cards. When a child makes his own report card, the best learning happens here. The child gets to know the gaps himself and then give him an opportunity to cover these gaps. This all should be in the lesson plan. This can be included in the lesson plan. 360-degree report cards are coming up. So you will have to take feedback from the child, from the parent, from the peer, and then make a report card in the coming time. Right. So transcend subject boundaries. Yeah, this is very important. I have discussed it in this workshop only, that standalone subjects are difficult for a child to understand. And in the real life, when he tries to use his knowledge, the so called knowledge that he's earned through books, through school, the entire school life, these are not really applicable. What I did in my masters, when I was doing my masters, when I was doing my mm, double masters, I did, how much am I still using it? Or in my 10th and my 12th and my honors, whatever I learn, what am I using it every day? Who is asking me my percentage I'm the principal of DPS and I'm the principal of DPS. No one is asking me my percentage every time. So percentage does not matter. What matters is the joy that a child gets while learning. And 20, 30 years back when I did my master's, that is not relevant today. That study is not relevant at all. So what you're doing, you are upgrading yourself. So do I do. Every time anything new that happens in collaboration with CBSE, we do a lot of work, we experiment, and while experimenting, we learn. That is what project based learning is. A child, earlier what we used to ask, submit this project, and child A is a rich child who can buy a ready made project and submit on the very day when you gave the deadline too. So it's a well made, beautifully done, well described, nicely decorated project, and you love the work and you give grade A, right? Other child who wanted to do it himself or for reasons better known to him, he made it himself and the writing is not very good. He was not very creative, so he could not create a beautiful cover page. You look at the project, C grade, what have you done? Look at XYZ's project. He has done it so beautifully. So as a teacher, I have completely failed. I have not given marks to the child. I have given marks to the one who's made his project and the child who has actually done the effort. I have not given him marks. So now, dear friends, project based learning was there. Across the world, it was there. All, say, European countries, Finland, talk about American countries, talk about Canada. PBLs were everywhere. Now, in CBSE, Anurag sir, he decided to bring it to India and he decided to experiment in one of the schools. So this school experimented PBL. Here, it's a complete pedagogy, beautiful pedagogy. In the PBL, children, they learned, and when we compared the results in PBL and the actual learning that was happening in the regular teaching methods, PBL learning was at a good high level. Here we gave chance to the children to make their report cards. Here the parents made their report cards, their peer made their report cards, and even the teachers they made. And we gave opportunity to all for their weightage was also taken up. Little lesser, but yes, the weightage was also taken up for all like parents, children, peer, themselves. So this is kind of 360, miniature of 360. PBL is a pedagogy in which the child learns while doing it. We are not bothered about the end product. It is good, it is bad, doesn't matter. The process is something in which the child is learning himself. Right? So we should not draw very clear boundaries of the subjects so that the learning is joyful. Can I have one example, if you've done it ever, that you put in 2-3 subjects together? If you can tell me, any of you can unmute and tell me.
Ma'am, English and EVS, I teach the junior wing. So, good afternoon, ma'am. I teach the junior wing. Ma'am, English and EVS, I had.
You have integrated.
Yes. Yes,
That's
no problem,
lovely.
ma'am.
And any topic, if you can tell me, what did you do? What activities did we do? One or two, quickly.
Sink. Ma'am, float and sink.
Okay, so what was it?
Ma'am, actually, we had a lesson in NCRT. So I just, with the EVS, to integrate with EVS science, I showed them float and sink. I literally showed them to the experiment, and even they did it by their own. So they enjoyed doing it.
All right. And how did you integrate English to it?
Ma'am, English, we had a lesson, a lesson with the story Bubble, Straw, and the Shoe. Ma'am, it's
Okay.
in NCERT in grade 1, we had a lesson with the story Bubble Straw and Shoe.
All right. That's lovely. That's lovely. So a joyful
Ma'am,
classroom. Yeah, please. Yeah.
even I had integrated English with EVS. I was taking the poem Mirror.
Huh.
So when I was talking about this one, the poem Mirror, I was asking them questions related to EVS, like, how is a mirror, how is a reflection is formed in the mirror, how,
Huh.
what type of a reflection is formed. And English and EVS was integrated into it.
That's lovely. That's lovely.
Ma'am, even,
Uh,
ma'am,
huh.
this is Divya again. Ma'am, we had done maths and English also, like for
Huh.
measurement, the topic to teach measurement. With the
Hmm.
children, we had done like recipe writing in English, or
Hmm.
like to teach money, we had done conversation in English. Like they go to the shop to buy something, and
Hmm.
how do they talk to the vendor? That
Hmm.
is framing of sentences, and ma'am, money exchange, like addition and subtraction to teach them. If they give a 10
Good.
rupee or 10 paira here, so how to do
Excellent.
it, ma'am?
Do you know you have done financial integration also.
Yes, ma'am.
You've done communication integration also. So it's a beautiful thing that you've done. That's what is required when the child himself is speaking about it, maybe currency, maybe any concept that you just said. If the child is going through it himself and he feels pleasure after doing it, that's what the aha moment is. And if the child has achieved aha moment, that means he's learned it for life. Righto, good. So, teachers, yes, what you see here on the screen is a joyful classroom sample case study. It's a beautiful case study. Maybe some other day I'll discuss it with you. It's a long one, and another two case studies I'll be doing with you, and so that you know how can you have your own case studies. You can create them, and we can with these case studies, if you can also create, we can portray it as a manual, and we can take it further at national level. So that also we can do some beautiful work we do, and even you can get integrated into this one. Just a minute. So yes, few instructions, dear friends, where a reference guide to reading the lesson plans. The learning engagement activities given in the exemplar plan are suggestive, not mandatory, and can be molded as per the need. Matrix is representative of the flow of lesson plan. I'll be telling you the flow of lesson plan now. Each row with the mentioned days show possible subject-wise learning engagements. So every day we'll have some learning engagements where we are integrating different disciplines, different subjects. The implementation stage for a subject and the proceeding further for the same or another subject may go hand in hand. That we can do together. I hope you can hear. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
Acha, okay, okay, thank you. Right. Uh, it's not moving. Just a minute. Yeah. So integration of one subject into another may not be arrived at during the implementation stage. Right. Now, when we were doing it practically, when we plan, we integrate. But when we do it practically, sometimes when you execute, these subjects, they take their own independent shape back. Though I'm repeatedly saying that it should be integrated, it should not be standalone. But while executing, if some of the subject becomes standalone while executing, don't you worry. Don't you worry while executing. But finally, when you are telling the conclusion, bringing the children to the conclusion, to the LO, learning objective or the outcome, see that it is integrated. While transacting, if one subject becomes standalone, let it be. You don't have to worry that the child is stuck into one subject when this activity is happening. Let it be. It may happen. It happens. But ultimately, when we put it all together towards the conclusion, then it should be integrated, right? The learning logs are very important, dear teachers. We've heard of the notebook work that you do. Learning logs are notebooks only. You can say they are notebooks, but they are little different. The approach is different, the execution is different, and the work is little different. It can be a file, it can be a register, it can be an art book, it can be anything. The log has to be, log means some evidences of what the child has done, right? This will differ from class to class and subject to subject. The notebook work or the guided or independent practice also acts as a learning log for the learner. When the child has experimented something, has done himself as per your lesson plan, and he writes it. Writing is also very important, integral in the learning of the child. Okay? So this can be guided practice when they do in the class. I hope you don't call it classwork anymore. It's guided practice. You are guiding the child and the child is doing it, writing, drawing, cutting, whatever. Independent practice, what we used to call as homework. Now the child, what he has done in the group, in the class, he goes back home and practices it independently. So two-way learning has to happen for the same topic, right? So you will be doing it both ways. For a guided practice also you will have a log, and for independent practice also you can have a log. Okay, now comes a lesson plan. I've picked it up for grade 6, but next time, if ever you want to have specific about your class, you may tell me. We can work on that. And on these lines, what I'm telling you, teachers, today, make one lesson plan and share it in the group so that I can check and I can tell you whether you are doing it in the right direction or not. So you can make it on these lines. So what we do is, we pick up any topic. For example, in grade 6 we have taken an example, energy. Okay, so energy, in science also we have energy, in social studies also we have energy, in English also we have energy, math and Hindi as well. So when you do this, you will have to sit with your teachers, all the teachers teaching in that class, and with their books with them, and then you will float one topic, say energy here. Energy, science will relate it to physics, bio will also be there, geography, major landforms. So they all will come up with their own ideas, and then you will see that how many days are required for a lesson plan. Execution days are very important. So maybe this concept of energy in physics will take 5 days. In bio, it will take 5 days, 4 days. And geography, so you may decide. It may be 6, it may be 5, it may be 4. It may vary. So concept is conservation of energy. In energy also, the concept that the teachers have taken is conservation of energy. Mapping of skills and competences and attitudes while designing your activity, dear teachers, please see that these competencies are covered. You don't have to cover all the competencies in one chapter. Each chapter you need not do that. Each topic you need not do that. But just keep in mind that these 4 competencies are covered either in one subject or the other subject. Then skills. These many skills, though I have written, but you may have 1 or 2 lesser, or maybe you pick up 4 for this chapter, 4 for other chapter, and so on. so on. And core values also. For example, competences, I'll just read for you: critical thinking, communication, collaboration, creativity, right? All C's, 4 C's we call them. Now, skills, it can be life skill, thinking skill, self-awareness, problem solving, decision making, any four, any three you can pick up. Critical thinking, creative thinking, social skills, interpersonal relationships. Social skills are very important. Nowadays, children with their own laptops and their own mobiles, social skills we need to really work on. India is a nation where society is very important. So social skills are important. Effective communication, empathy, emotional skills. Child should know what empathy is. Emotional skills he should have. Managing feelings and emotions. Dealing with stress. Can a child cry? Can a boy cry? Teachers, can a boy cry?
Yes, ma'am. Why
Is
not?
it good? Is it good? Should a boy cry?
Yes.
Definitely, definitely.
Oh, to show emotions, why not?
Yes. Why can't a boy cry? It's the stereotype that we have created. And because to match up to that stereotype, even if a boy wants to cry, the society does not let him cry. And what happens to his emotions? The emotions, they pent up. These pent up emotions, when they burst,
Mm.
then the proportion of his behavior, his attitude is uh, beyond repair, I believe. So, yes, a boy can cry. Can a boy fail? Yes, he can fail. Can a girl fail? Yes. What failure has to do with one being a boy or a girl? So, who will teach this? We. It's our responsibility. Why can't a girl wear blue color? Why can't a boy wear pink color? Who's created these stereotypes? Why? Why can't a boy have a doll? He can have. So what? These stereotypes, who will teach them that this is absolutely okay? Us. It's our responsibility. Big responsibility on our shoulders. We should take away the stereotypes that are existing in the society. So, social skills we will teach. Can the boy tease a girl moving on the roadside? No. Can a girl tease a boy? No. Who will teach this? Both are wrong if they are doing it. Who will teach us? Our responsibility is actually big. So, anything that we design in the lesson plan, keep in mind that you have these skills imbibed. Core values, social responsibility, accountability towards natural resources. I don't like tree in front of my house. I'm going to get it cut. So what is my social responsibility? Can I do that? Who will bring this awareness? Not really that one sentence in the entire chapter, in the entire curriculum will make child understand that we should not cut trees. Maybe the activity that you design, maybe a rally that you take out, or maybe a survey that the child does in his vicinity will tell him that cutting off tree is not good. And then he will be able to tell his neighborhood also, uncle, auntie, we should not cut the tree. So this is what you have to imbibe. One, you don't have to imbibe everything together. No. So we will plan it. Maybe one value, if you've been able to teach in one integrated plan, in the entire year, if you have 4 integrated plans, 4 things you will teach them. And they are there with you for 14 years, 15 years. So you can teach so many things, right? This is what joyful learning is. And what will it give you joy? That you're creating responsible citizens? It will. It is your aha moment. If a child, you're able to create a citizen who is responsible, who is not standing on the road fighting for parking, fighting for any trivial issues, road rage. If he's not falling into road rage, it's your aha moment. Your student has learned it, right? So we will keep in mind all this. Now, assessment of value through observation by the facilitator. When these children are executing these activities, it's you are a facilitator. You are just guiding and observing. So you observe. Why should you observe, and what should you do when you see that there is a gap? You will support the child immediately so that the gap is minimized. Don't forget to keep LOs in mind. Whenever some activity is happening in the class, see that the learning happens. It's your responsibility. Okay, so like think, pair, share. In this particular lesson plan, think, pair, share, we've taken progress chart created for self-assessment, group discussion, role play, opinion of peer, simulations, quiz, pictograph, bar graph, etc. So teachers, there is one manual by CBSE, joyful lesson plans are there also. So these lesson plans are from DPS Saibabad only. So you can check them, and in case you want to know something, you want to understand something, you can write to me in the group. I'll guide you. I'll be happy to guide you. My aha moment, right? So learning engagements for active learning, a nature walk. You can do it with junior wing, middle wing as well. Even I think secondary wing also, they enjoy going to the nature. So in this lesson plan, chart paper brainstorming, think, pair, share, live objects in classroom, PPTs, dictogloss, concentric circles, visual artwork, role play videos. So it's complete integration. Art integration, sports integration, science integration, all subjects are integrated here. Then questioning techniques to be used. Deal, which tech is being used here? It's DEAL. Describe, explain, analyze, and link. Even if the subject goes standalone while executing, you will link it back. So deal is an activity. You should try it in your class. The children should be able to describe themselves, explain, analyze, and then you will link it all together. Maybe a child can also try linking it. If the child is not able to do the way you were expecting, you do it. You link it. Sorry. So learning objectives should be there. Next component will be your learning objective. By the end of the topic, the learners will be able to. Now, this learning objectives should be that of the CBSE NCERT document that has been mapped. There also you will see my school's name. We have done it for 2 subjects. So these learning outcomes are to be mapped with each and every lesson plan. Okay. Now, how to implement the lesson plan? Teachers, format can be any. It is one table where you write in the first column, you write the subjects. In the second column, you write day one for all subjects. And then your activity on the right hand side. Next column will be your activity. For physics, day 1, which activity have you designed? Right? Same way. Now in the next class, maybe it's bio period. Now in bio class, day 1, what activity will be done? It will be there in the lesson plan. Then geography, English, math, and Hindi, day 1. Day 1 for physics can be Monday. For geography, it can be Tuesday. For English, it can be, English is every day, so it can be Monday only. Math is every day. Day 1 is Monday, let's say. Hindi also, it can be. So it may vary. Day 1 may vary, but the teacher who has designed it for his or her day 1, she will execute it on her day 1. She will not execute it on the other day. She will execute it for her own subject on her own day 1, right? So same way, the next block will be physics day 2, bio day 2, geography day 2, English day 2, math day 2, Hindi day 2. These are the activities that you will be designing. Now, like for example, day 1 physics, it is think, pair, share. The facilitator announces a statement: electric cell is used in various appliances like torch, remote, etc. Where does it get electricity from? So these are the intricate details of a subject. This may again vary from subject to subject. Math day 1, so it can be reading of pictograph. Following pictographs show the solar energy. I hope, dear friends, you know that whenever we plan a lesson, it should be planned not for us, but for a person who is going to read it, assuming that he or she does not know anything. It should be so very well described. Use your words beautifully, use your concept beautifully, so that a person who does not even know your subject gets to know what this activity is all about, right? So in case you were not doing it in this manner, that this is my lesson plan and I should be able to understand, please make it for a person who does not understand your subject, right? Then comes your bio day 1. It can be students and their groups will be given specific time to write down their own observations about the plants they observed in a tabular form. So this table, maybe you can go with your worksheets, or maybe this is there in your spiral already. This activity, if you've designed it prior to the commencement of the session, then this can be in the spiral, and you only ask the children to open up page number so and so, and we are doing this activity. And in day 1, in bio class, this it's about the plant. The child is expected to read the plant and write observations. It's an activity of 15 to 20 minutes. Into you can divide your class into different groups depending on the strength of the class. The strength of the group will also change, will also vary. And yeah, I missed this. The probing questions must come from the children. After they fill this, or even in between, or even before that, before doing the activity, the probing questions should be there. This shows, this tells, this is the proof that the child is actually involved. If a child is not asking questions, no probing questions are coming from the child, please walk to the child and you ask questions to know if there is a learning gap. If there is a learning gap, quickly help the child to understand what is going on in the class. Sometimes children they are so soft that they are so scared that they don't want to ask what is happening in the class. But your lesson plans are so designed that these 15 minutes, when others are doing, you are observing and you are going straight to the child who is not able to do, is not very confident, is asking for your help indirectly. So you will go to the child and cover the learning gap. Now, learning logs. For example, geography's example I have picked up. The students will depict their understanding of various landforms by showing a role play on all the 3 landforms. It can be a role play, it can be any activity, whatever you want. The role play will include the renewable resources present on these landforms and how they are useful to us. So this is one example I've taken up. For math, it can be a little different. It can be drawing and interpretation of pictograph, drawing and interpretation of bar graph. These are the competency-based questions that we talk about. They are coming in all the subjects. I hope you're doing it. If you're doing it, we can do some practice together. Okay, I have some lovely work with me. And if you want to learn competency-based questions, we can do that also. Now, bio. I've picked up bio and English. The children will attempt the exercises given at the back of the chapter. Is it okay? Is it some activity? Can this be a log? It is a log. When the child has gone through the chapter in a joyful manner, even this can be the log. So questions given already can also be done. But don't make it a habit of doing only these questions. So these can be done, right? So physics, again, you can have in Hindi, you can have aha moment must come. Lesson plan ends with the aha moment. The children have done, they've done their activities, aha moment has come, they've maintained their logs also. Is the lesson done? Yes, the lesson is done, but we still have stage 2 of the lesson plan, and that is your formative assessment and your summative assessments. So you can design your formative assessments the way your school system is. Generally, what we do is I have jotted what we do. The students will be told that energy is already present. It is not created. This is all subject wise, and it transforms from one. It transfers from one form to another. The students will be asked to mime, show energy transformation, etc. They will write slogans. So there can be that means this is done. In your lesson plan, you have created a formative activity. You need not have a written pen and paper test, right? So you can have an activity and you can have your rubrics, and this is your formative assessment. Done. Then for maths, you can have pen paper test. It can be a monthly a cycle. Monday cycle we call, in DPS we call it as Monday cycle. So you can have Monday cycle. You can integrate different subjects in it. Can the same paper for the same paper, can two subjects give marks together? Yes, they can. That's what integration is all about. So yes, it is possible. So in bio, can a child write a poem? Yes, integrating two subjects, English and bio together. So a topic of bio, if the child is writing poem or slogan or a letter to the editor, you've integrated bio and English together, right? So again, now English, the students will make PPT, draw a picture with a small write-up. When they are making PPT, the computer has been, the digital learning has been incorporated in English. And if the child is drawing a picture, art integration has happened. And if he's writing a small write-up, then it's English. Within English, there are 4 skills. So the skill is being increased on importance of natural resources and their conservation. If it is for natural resources and its conservation, that means we have included